Hey everyone, Carlos here from The Difficult Truth. So let's talk about the 9th District of North Carolina, where basically now a new election is being called after the previous election, which had the Republican winning only by a razor-thin margin of 950, 905. I can't remember if those numbers are inverted, but such a razor-thin victory prompted an investigation, and what they found was that it was actually election fraud. Republican operatives were illegally obtaining absentee ballots and either changing them or not turning them in, pretending to be election officials. And now we have one of the biggest scumbags that we have in our government, the actual Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, saying that we have a real case of voter fraud and now the Democrats are silent. Well, Mitch, if you even knew the difference between the definition of election fraud and voter fraud, you wouldn't be going up and saying this really dumb statement. There was absolutely no voter fraud in North Carolina's 9th District. This was a case of election fraud. The GOP got caught trying to win an election by doctoring or failing to deliver absentee ballots, collecting them illegally. So this was a case of your party committing election fraud. Nice try, Mitch, but hopefully the American people see right through this, and hopefully they also remember that Mitch McConnell is up for re-election in 2020. So if you guys want to continue with this absolute lack of facts, lack of information, then we must make them pay for it. It's as simple as that. If you guys want to continue spewing out garbage, saying that now it's somehow the Democrats' fault that this happened, or failing to act on common sense voting laws like ID would have prevented this, is just absolute garbage. Mitch McConnell, you are absolute garbage. You are not only a despicable human being, but you're also actually very wrong. So hopefully you pick up a dictionary. You could probably get one for free, or just Google it, man. Election fraud is different than voter fraud, and I urge everyone to really take another look at this, because I will go ahead and play the speech for you right now.
Anyone who's been attentive to the news these past few days has learned about the complete debacle that unfolded in last November's election for North Carolina's 9th Congressional District. Soon after Election Day, allegations of illegal ballot harvesting and vote tampering clouded a close result. The wrongdoing seemed to have benefited the Republican candidate over the Democrat. Just last week, we saw the State Board of Elections unanimously call for a new election. Now, Madam President, for years and years, every Republican who dared to call for common sense safeguards for Americans' ballots was demonized by Democrats and their allies. We were hit with left-wing talking points insisting that voter fraud wasn't real. Never happens, they said. Well, that fraud just didn't happen. That modest efforts to ensure that voters who are who they say they are and are voting in the proper place were really some sinister right-wing plot to prevent people from voting. So now, as you might expect, now that an incident of very real voter fraud has become national news and the Republican candidate seems to have benefited, these long-standing Democratic talking points have been really quiet. Haven't heard much lately from Democrats about how fraud never happens. They've gone silent. Now some are singing a different tune. Now there's a new interest in ensuring the sanctity of American elections. I've been focused for decades on protecting the integrity of elections. So I'd like to welcome my friends on the left to their new realization. They've just discovered that this subject really matters.
Did you catch that little smile at the end? He's seriously trying to pin this on Democrats when it was his party that got caught. Remember, the GOP got caught trying to flip a congressional race. So, yeah. I know ad hominems up the wazoo, but the truth is that this guy seriously deserves it this time, because I mean, he lowers the bar at an all-time low every time he speaks, but this one is just absolutely bananas. So, ad hominems aside, seriously, election fraud is what happened, not voter fraud. Let's keep it real. And it was the GOP that got caught, not the Democratic Party. And voter ID and other laws like that he's been trying to propose to protect the sanctity of our system wouldn't have stopped this from happening. It was the actual Republican operatives. So there was no cases of anybody trying to vote illegally. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and ring the little bell so that you get notifications when our videos go live. Make sure you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/adifficulttruthofficial. You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/adifficulttruth. And if you guys want to listen to our podcast, we have it at soundcloud.com/adifficulttruth. I'll leave all the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!